Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am Kalonda Casey and I am so happy you are here today. What are we talking about? Fall makeup. I love autumn. It is one of my favorite times of the year, and in Texas, October is absolutely beautiful. Why do I love autumn so much? I love the food, I love the clothes, I love the makeup, I love the smells. The pumpkin patches, I love it all. I know it's hot in Texas, but you all, we have to prepare for these things. So this is my first autumn makeup look. And I have to tell you, I am using this palette by Too Faced, and it is so pretty. I want you to look at these colors. Yes, that's what I have on today. But before we get started, please like, comment, share, follow, and subscribe because it means the world to me. So without further ado, let's push in and let's get started. First things first, I am going to prime my eyelids with this beautiful Rare Beauty. This is a Weightless eyelid primer, but as you can see, it does such a good job camouflaging and setting the eyes so that it will be perfect for eyeshadow. I just feel like I need a little bit of coverage over these eyelids, because they are so dark and you can see all the discoloration. And I think that that helps so much because then your eyeshadow is going to go on the way it's supposed to. The colors are going to come through. I'm going to put some setting powder over all of this. I haven't studied the palette, and so I'm excited to just figure out where we're going to go with this. And I think I want to start with this color called Caramel Apple. I love the names. I think I'm going to use the A503 brush because I really want to diffuse this color. And oh, how pretty. And then I just cleaned off my brush, and now I want to blend that upward. Oh, that's so pretty. I know it is hot, as you know what, in Texas, but I'm ready for some fall clothes, makeup, wishful thinking, but you know, a girl can wish. And oh, how, okay, first of all, this is that color that could be a one and done eyeshadow, I think. I love that. It's tan, but it has more to it. It's more camel, I would say. And I really like diffusing the color up towards the brow. I'm going to link this down below because these are just so good to have on hand. They are a dry brush cleaner and they are not expensive. So now I think I'm going to go in with the next darkest color called Orchard Stroll. I'm now going to use the A502. I'm going to tap that on the back of my hand. That's a good way to take off any excess. And oh, yes, that is so pretty. I'm just taking it and pulling it down. I'm not going all the way to the edge. That's beautiful. That's lovely. So pretty. And I have to tell you that these seem extremely blendable. Good job, Too Faced. Really like that. Okay, now I'm going to go back in, clean off the brush. So many I want to use, but I'm going to go in with baskets full. What I'm using right now is all matte eyeshadow. So I am literally just taking it on the tip, and I'm not pushing it into the palette, into the pan. And I'm not really seeing very much fallout. In fact, hardly any. Oh my goodness. I know it may look a little funny, but trust the process. Just going in and kind of making it a little higher on this side. This eye is definitely more hooded than this eye. Like I always say, eyes are sisters, they are not twins, and brows are cousins, and they fight. I'm not going to blend yet. I think what I want to do to soften that edge up at the top is I'm going to take the color Sweet on You. This is a Rephr number 15 brush. Very, very pretty. I'm going to take the color Bite Me. Huh. Well, maybe I didn't get enough on. You know, when you first tap into a new palette, sometimes you have to break the top of it. Not break the palette, but break that layer, like soften it up so that you can get color on your brush that's much better. That is so pretty, but there's more to come, so trust me on this. It has a sheen to it, not a shimmer. It's really interesting because I thought at first, this is going to be too shimmery, but it's not. That color just has a beautiful sheen to it. They feel like velvet. Now I'm taking my A503 brush and I am starting to blend. I'm not hitting the movable eyelid. This is your movable eyelid. Some people describe it as mobile eyelid, but I think movable is more appropriate. The blending is starting to really look pretty. We could, of course, soften those edges. Of course we are. Would you buy this palette? Would you use this palette? Or do you think it's just way out of your wheelhouse? Inquiring minds need to know. All right, so I think that's really pretty, but I'm not finished. Okay, I am going to go in with the N12 brush. This is really a small packer brush. I have found more uses for this little brush. It's amazing. When I first got it, I thought, I'm never going to use this brush. What would you use this brush for? Believe me, you will use this brush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap this into the color called Smitten. And it's a very shimmery, light color. And then I'm going to hit it with my setting spray. I'm trying something different. I'm trying a reverse approach to this. Oh, yes. Okay, that worked beautifully. And see, the reason I like this brush is because I can put this where I want it to be without it getting all over that movable eyelid. And I can go back in and build upon it, which is really important. Okay, again. Oh, that's really pretty in this mirror over here. Okay, now I'm taking it up into the natural crease, which you really can't see unless I open my eyes. And once that dries down, that's going to be so lovely. Very shimmery, very pretty. It's going exactly where I want it to go. And I really like that. Smooth that out a little bit. All right, we're going to let that dry down. I want to go back into caramel apple or caramel apple. Which one do you say? Caramel or caramel? I say caramel. Oh, I guess I say both. You know, who cares? And tomato, that sort of thing. Yes, it definitely needed this to kind of blend that in there. And I'm going to go back in with this Rephr brush, and I'm using Sweet on You is the very lightest matte color, and I'm taking it right here. Now I'm going back in with my A503 and blending that. And not hitting that movable eyelid. I do not want to touch it. Remember, I do the eyes first, and then I come back in with my face products because it makes such a big difference. Very little fallout. And what I basically did there, and I don't even know if you would consider that fallout, I just cleaned up the edges to give it a prettier, sharper look. Let's hop into some minimizing type primer. This is by Tarte. I talk about it all the time. Somebody said I do not have big pores. Well, they aren't seeing what I see. I do have big pores, and they've gotten worse over time in this part of my face. But I want to show you all on my chin. I don't just do one side. And the lines right here above my lips. Look at the difference between the pores here and the pores here. So this does make a huge difference. Forehead seems to be getting more pores up in that area. My goodness. It's just what happens as we get older, and it's perfectly normal. But this is such a good product. It's the Timeless Smoothing Primer, and I've had it for about 4 months, and it does a great job. And it goes a long way. And I have dry skin, and I haven't noticed that I have had an issue. So today I am using the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, and I use the color Patagonia. I really like it. I have clean brushes. I'm so happy. I used the 106 foundation brush, round foundation brush by BK Beauty. And then you guys, tap the product into your skin. And don't worry about it getting on your lips because you can wipe that off. I think it was back in the 80s that I actually put foundation on my lips. And then my lipstick. It looks great. And then what's left over? Down on my chin. My neck. Just tap that in and press it in to rub it. You can out here on your cheeks, unless you have a lot of wrinkles there. Most women do not. I use maybe a pump and a quarter of the NARS, and it's good. I saw my friend use this on TikTok or Instagram. I can't remember. These are by Westmore Beauty, and it's called the Supreme Balm. And this is Sunlit Bronze, and I am using Rose Flush on my cheeks. What she said you do is you just use your finger. Oh, I like the color. And then, I would say this is a cross between a contour and a bronzer. Contour usually leans cool, and bronzer, of course, leans warm. Okay. Do a little bit on my nose. A little bit under my lip. Why do I do that? To give a pouty look. And, of course, on the chin and the jawline. I'm just going to take my 106 brush, and I am just tapping this in. She said that it melts, and it does. And I would say it's mature skin friendly. I really would. Very nice. Okay. Same here. Oh, yes. And then on your lower lip, just take your finger. And then what I'm going to do for my nose is I'm just taking my finger. Yes, that looks good. Add a little bit more here. I have a lot of yellow in my skin, and so therefore some products just will disappear. I'm going to put a little bit of a lip balm. Look at how pretty this is. They call it rose, but to me, it's very terracotta. I would not call this rose at all. I am using the BK Beauty 109 brush. So good. I think it's going to go really good with the apple palette that I have on my face. That is so pretty. It is not rose. The nicest thing about this, besides the color, is that it's not tacky. It's not tacky. When. Now I am ready for concealer. I am using the Maxine's Revenge. I like to take a lighter color and just pump it right there. If you can hear that jingle jangle, that's my fur baby. That's Ellie. Ellie is a miniature golden doodle, and she weighs 45 pounds. So she's not a micro mini, so she is and not as big as a full size, which can get up to like 80, 90 pounds. And she brings us so much joy. Now I am going to take my concealer brush, which is the A506, and I'm just tapping that out. I'm going to go back in with this blush brush. It's not a blush brush. This brush, the 109, is amazing because it's not as big as the 101. This one, to me, is easier to use. You can use it for foundation. You can use it for contouring. Now, I'm really going to clean off this N12 brush because remember, I put it into that shimmer and I do not want to get shimmer under my eyes. And I'm going to go in with this color called Apple Sauced. And I am stamping it ever so lightly. I'm happy. And that just gives that bottom area such a pretty look. Now, I'm going to take this A504 brush, and now I am sweeping it back and forth to blend it so that it's not such a harsh line. Okay, I did something off camera. I was just playing around and I thought, you know what? I really want to do this. I want to show you all how I apply my Velour lash clusters. And the very first thing I'm going to talk to you all about is the new Kosas 10i intensifying shades. They're called the Soul Gazer Intensifying Gel Eyeliners. And you all, I have to tell you, I had a meeting with Kosas earlier this week and I'm in love. I can't even explain how beautiful these go, and they do not transfer. It's amazing to me. And you know, Kosas is a clean product. This one is called Bewitched, and so it's a plummy color, plummy burgundy. First of all, I curled my lashes and put just one tiny bit of mascara on them. And then right now, I am going to tight line. And I have green eyes, and so colors like this make my eyes pop. And so I just thought with this candy apple look I have on my eyes that this would be so pretty. And I'm breaking a rule, my own rule. And I am putting this color underneath my lower lash line. I have to because it's so pretty. And it's not harsh. And that's what I like about it. But let me go ahead and put a little bit of mascara on this side. So these are the Velour lash clusters, and on this eye, I used 2 longs, 1 medium, and 1 short. And I plan to do the exact same thing on this eye. This would be a pretty look for an event. I just take them off of the little plastic card, and I use tweezers to kind of clench them. And I look up into a mirror. They go below your lashes, not on top. So you can already start to see how pretty that is. These are not reusable. They might be if you took really good care to take them off and you only wore them for like an hour or 2. Okay, and then I just take my fingers and I pinch them. And then I press them up. That's always key. Just press them up. And as you can see, it's very easy. And I'm not even using a magnifying mirror. However, I do have a contact in so I can see to film. Okay, same thing. I just pinch it. And the reason I do not go all the way to the inner corner, because it will bother me and I will feel like it's pinching, even though it's not, but it's very irritating. Okay, so now I am doing the shortest one. Right there. And then what I do is I take my fingers and gently, you don't have to press hard. I just take them because I want them to stand up. And best eyelashes I have ever used. I've used the Kiss and I just do not think they are as pretty. To me, they're not. These look so natural. You can't feel them on your eyes. They are so pretty. So let me finish up and I'll be back. And just like that, my makeup is finished. All I did off camera was put my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray on and my Laura Mercier Rose Powder, the Ultra Blurring Tune-Up. That's my favorite. So I want to do a recap. And the one thing I forgot to tell you all about this palette, it kind of smells like a caramel apple. Yes, it does, but it's not overly scented. You can't even smell it when you're applying it, but when you come down and smell it, it just smells so good. Oh, I'm here for all the fall things. So this is the Too Faced Appley in Love. I love the way my eyes are popping today. Very, very pretty. For my eyeliner, I use the Kosas Soul Gazer in the color Bewitched. If you have blue or green eyes, this is going to pop on you. It's going to make your eyes look amazing. So pretty. And while they say they have shimmer in them, they really don't. I mean, it doesn't come across that way. I use the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. Excellent product. I use the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, and I do wear Patagonia, the color. For my brows today, I use 2 shades of the Wow Brow. I use the Taupe and the Natural Brown. I didn't do anything more. I did use a light coat of the Tower 28 on my lashes. I mean, just one little sweep so that my lashes would stay up before I put the clusters on. And my lip liner today, of course, is the Makeup Forever. And this one is the Universal Brown. Perfect color for fall. And my lips today, aren't they pretty? This is by Too Faced, and it's the Caramel Apple. In keeping with the theme, I use the Westmore Beauty, I use the bronzer, and I use the blush in Rose Flush. And I may have to go in. This may not be dark enough for me, but it's okay because my eyes are very, very made up today. For my concealer today, I used 2 shades of the Maxine's Revenge. I am sorry I can't tell you the shades because the colors came off. But anyway, I do think one is a peach tone and one is definitely more on the ivory side. And then last but not least, I used the Velour Cluster Lashes, and mine are the Everyday Natural. These would be so perfect for you to add to an event because I'm not going to wear these all the time. No way. But I love these if I'm going to an event or if I'm doing a photo shoot or something like that because it does give some va-va-voom to those lashes. So that is it for the products I used today. I hope I didn't skip anything, but if I did, everything is linked down below and it's also included in the first comment. And so it's easier for you to find. Before you leave today, would you please like, follow, share, and leave a comment? It means the world to me. So with that being said, I am going to sign off today and I will see you the next time.